For many veterans, the final honors at their funeral is a powerful moment of recognition. And for some families, that moment has come with the sound of a live bugle, played by a man who never wore an armed forces uniform, but serves with his heart. Richard Butler with Scripps News Group in Denver introduces us to Craig Fisher, an everyday hero whose notes of gratitude have echoed through countless goodbyes.
There's something about when you hear that bugle playing.
They're emotional chords, heard at funerals, honoring our fallen soldiers.
Brought everyone to tears.
My name is Craig Fisher. I'm an honor guard bugler for American Legion Post 32 in Longmont, Colorado.
Although he's never worn an armed forces uniform, that hasn't stopped him from serving in his own way.
I remember talking to a recruiter, and I'd had some heart issues when I was a little kid. And he said that would preclude me from enlisting.
Craig wanted to serve his country the same way his father and grandfather did. This is his way of doing that.
I feel a sense of obligation to acknowledge their service and to thank them in my own, it's a small way, but it's all I can do.
But what he does is not small. TAPS is an integral part of military honors.
And it allows them, in the midst of that sadness and grief, to feel a moment of pride, to recognize that their loved one did something very honorable. So I'm the only guy in the honor guard that is not a veteran.
In my mind, he's every bit a veteran as I am.
Craig's friend, Vietnam veteran George Workmeister, says he hopes Craig will play TAPS at his funeral.
He plays every note from his heart.
It's common for a recording of TAPS to be played at funerals. But Craig plays live every time.
His dedication and honor is every bit as deep and sincere as the guys that you serve next to when you're in combat.
My father, Henry Valentine, served in the United States Marine Corps from 1952 to 1960.
Henry Valentine volunteered for service when he was 17 years old, when his older brother was drafted.
He passed January 10th of this year at the age of 90.
Villia says her father was a planner and requested Craig play at his funeral.
It was quite beautiful and very deeply emotional for the family, especially with the playing of the taps.
Craig may be too humble to admit what he does is heroic, but his work means everything to families saying their final goodbyes, to those who served.
It's more than just taps. It's the last thank you a veteran can get. It's probably the most important thing in their life.
Craig's decades of service makes him this week's everyday hero.
On behalf of Denver 7 and Levine Law, we'd like to honor you as a Denver 7 everyday hero.
Oh my gosh. I play a very small role in the overall picture of, honoring someone's service, whether they were a veteran or whether they, were killed in action.
In Greeley,
Makes a humble guy feel more humbled.
Richard Butler, Scripps News Group.